All right. As you see, lovely day again. Just took the little bike for a spin and yeah, just camped out here so I could do a little video. And of course, we've got to talk about the situation, haven't we? This always continuing situation that for some reason never wants to have a conclusion to it. And obviously, this is per design because of the founders of this program, that be it United States government in collaboration with the Danish and British, who are their United States proxies de facto, their lackeys. They want the situation to continue as long as possible under certain circumstances, and those circumstances, of course, that I'm not supposed to be doing very well. I'm supposed to be completely broken and completely ruined. I'm not supposed to be strong and competent, obviously, like I am, which can be seen in everything that I practically do. I'm always doing quite well in those respects, and this is not something that they like, so they always try to hold me down, try to sabotage everything that I do there, and they obviously want to have people to have that opinion of me, that I'm some kind of complete lunatic lowlife who has nothing going for himself. I'm just completely Looney Tunes, just committing all the sex crimes that they claim on a day-to-day basis in their propaganda campaigns, without, of course, there in reality being any cases whatsoever. As I have talked about so many other times before, this predicament here, this paradox where they claim I'm the most evil thing since Hitler, but there is never any actual material action to compare those claims to. It's just their propaganda, and it has been like this forever. And it is getting so outrageous now, their persecution of me here in Denmark, that the Danish state and its intelligence agency, PET, the entire establishment, in fact, they are so desperate to have me hurt or killed, or to have me set up to be imprisoned or into mental institution, and they would prefer the latter, quite obviously. And so that I can be discredited and never get to defend myself in any way, shape or form, in any meaningful way, because I simply don't have the knowledge to mount a defense, because I don't know what to defend myself against, other than this general notion that I'm supposedly the most evil sex criminal the world has ever seen, and I'm just committing sex crimes while simultaneously doing these videos and proving my innocence, and all the fantastical stuff that they do. And on a day-to-day basis, I wake up every morning or afternoon, when depending on how much sleep I'm allowed to get in the night, and there has been yet another new propaganda campaign that has been broadcasted all over the world to the public, in which I'm supposedly the protagonist, but for some reason the protagonist doesn't even know what's going on a day-to-day basis, despite being the main protagonist in all of these daily propaganda campaigns. And as I say, they are so desperate to have me set up, I can't do anything anymore without there being some plot against me. Yesterday they went so far to, they are normally blocking all of my sales on my web shop and other things privately, as if I want to sell something from my car, for example. They block it for ages, but yesterday they wanted to get me to the shop, so they allowed someone to buy something from me, and I had to, he was very stressing that it had to be yesterday, and yesterday there had been some big plan and a big setup coordinated. So when I went to the shop, everyone was a lot of people were there, and all doing what the government was telling them through this synthetic telepathy communication system, and it's all again trying to set me up as being some kind of the perverted sex criminal, without there anything actually happening other than their commentary. So they had kids and their parents stand next to me in the queue, and that's supposed to signify that I'm doing something wrong, because that's what they are communicating through their system. And that was supposed to lead to a fight between me and other people, which obviously it didn't happen, as seen so many other times before. I carry myself well, of course, and if I have to defend myself, I obviously will, and that is pretty fucking clear for everybody to see. So it's not just something that anybody is going to be successful with, and that is going to lead to a bigger case evolving, which I get to defend myself. So they are trying to set me up in such a way that it's supposed to be evident that I'm doing something wrong, but it's evident to the contrary that I'm being set up, and the whole and being done so publicly for everybody to see. And if the government is trying to set a person up in public like this, while at the same time claiming that I'm the most evil thing since Hitler, or Jeffrey Epstein incarnated, or whatever fantastical claim they may be perpetuating, but they want me to set me up and not prosecute me, and they are doing so incessantly. That obviously shows that it's the government who are in the wrong, and it's them who are claiming something to justify their own illegal activity against me and against the public. And this couldn't be any more evident if they tried. So that's you can say that's a little that's something, isn't it? That it's not just blatantly obvious, that it's always something that is blatantly obvious and not something that is in question. So it's not in question that governments and intelligence agencies want me, Stephen Bell, killed or hurt or set up. That is very, very obvious.